Imagine getting up every day full of energy as if you were in your 20s again. What would that be like? What would it be worth to you? What is your health worth to you? Think about it. Your health isn't everything, but without it, everything else is nothing. And yet, too many of us are taking it for granted until something goes wrong. And no one wakes up hoping to be diagnosed with a disease or chronic illness. And yet, we've never been taught how to be proactive in our health through our school or public health. As a registered health coach and integrative health practitioner, I believe it's time this information is made available to everyone. Combining new knowledge around your health and the ability to do my functional medicine lab tests in the comfort of your own home will allow you to optimize your health for today and all your tomorrows. Don't wait for your wake-up call.
Welcome back to another episode of the Don't Wait for Your Wake Up Call podcast. I am Melissa Deely, your host. This is a special Podapalooza episode, and I am here with Lisbet Pawlowski today. Welcome to the show, Lisbet.
Oh, thank you for having me, Melissa.
Well, I am excited for this conversation and looking forward to introducing you to the audience here. Having been through several dark nights of the soul and having come out on the other side using many magical practices, Lisbet wants to show everyone how they can play with these tools too and create a more magical, joyful, and fulfilling life. Who doesn't want that? She works with creative people who have given up on their dreams or who feel like it's too late or like their dreams have changed. She empowers people to tune into their intuition and passions and go for their perhaps revised dreams and vision. So love all of that, Lisbet. And I'd love to go back and just share, what is your story that led you to this line of work?
Well, I've always loved things magical, even as a child, and tuning into intuition. And as a young adult, I started getting into more of the personal development, manifestation sort of things with the Silva method and such. And I've always enjoyed it. And then when I had these rough periods in my life, and a lot of, they call them dark nights of the soul, but losses of a child that I wanted to adopt, losses of beloved family members, things like that, I turned to these things to pull me out, to a lot of these tools. And I feel like even without them, I see that a lot of people aren't going for their dreams. Mm-hmm. And that just really touches me because I think everybody deserves a fulfilling life. And a lot of times when people are feeling like something's missing, that's what it is. They're not going for that dream.
And so often, unfortunately, society kind of beats some of those dreams out of us. You know, how often does someone announce what their dream is and somebody says, well, you can't do that. Cancel, cancel, cancel is what I say to that. That's them referring to their own inability to do it. However, it's not their dream. And they don't necessarily have the skill set and the experience to live that dream. However, they've stopped the other person in their footsteps and put some doubt into them and maybe held them back. And I see that all too often.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, that's part of why I do what I do, because not only is it wonderful for the individual to go for their dreams and lead a fulfilling life, but they are role modeling for others, friends, family, and their children.
Yes.
Give permission to go for their dreams. You know, you just reminded me of a story of a young woman who was in, I believe it was grade school, so fairly young, and the teacher asked them to write down on a piece of paper what they wanted to be, and her father was a pilot, an airline pilot. Mm-hmm. So she wrote down pilot, and the teacher came over and looked at that and said, you can't do that. Girls can't be pilots. You be a waitress. And she threw the dream away. And it wasn't until high school, I believe, when another teacher had the same activity and had the kids write down what they wanted to be. And she wrote down waitress. And he walked around the class and he said, okay, now turn over your papers and write down what you really want to be. And she wrote down pilot. And, you know, she went on to become, I believe, the first female commercial airline pilot in the U.S.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. I love that story. And kudos to that teacher who had them turn over the paper and write down what they really want to be.
Yeah.
Because so often we don't allow ourselves to dream, you know, beyond what we can feel or see in our little box that we've put ourselves in, right? I was
Yeah.
watching a show recently, and Will Smith was talking about, you know, don't be realistic with your dreams. Because if you're being realistic with your dreams, you're containing yourself in a box. He goes, it's not realistic to believe that you can take a piece of metal and bend it into a tube and then fly people around the world inside that, right? That was so not a realistic concept, and yet that's how we all travel internationally now, right? And so we have to, throw out all the guardrails and just dream big, dream crazy.
That's why I always ask people to add this or something even better.
Yes,
Because we can't even imagine there could be something more wonderful, and there's no way that we could have even imagined that because we didn't even know it existed.
exactly. Exactly. I absolutely love this work. And so share a story of working with somebody who you helped them, overcome either their dark night of the soul or realize a dream bigger than they had thought they had ever imagined because of the work that they did with you and how they're living their life now. Do you have a story like that you can share?
Yeah. Well, it's sort of a compilation of people,
Mm-hmm.
but it started with getting quiet
Yes.
because this society and this day and age, especially with all the screens and technology and activities and all that's available to us, it has become a badge of honor to go and have your schedule filled to the max, function on minimal sleep, and so sometimes we don't even stop to think, hey, I didn't factor in any time for my dreams. I am just doing what needs to be done and what I'm supposed to be doing and what I'm doing for my 9 to 5 to put food on the table or whatever it is. So it's about stopping that, slowing down, calming our nervous system, getting back into ourselves. Because so many people have put their expectations onto us. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you're so good at, you should be doing such and
Yes.
such. One gentleman, his family said he was so good at tech. And he went into tech for a while and he was really good at it. And then he realized he didn't like it.
Yeah.
He absolutely didn't like doing it. And so he was making a lot of money, but now he does more spiritual work, more sort of spiritual coaching and things like that. Um, and so it's about tuning in then once you get
Yeah.
quiet to what the dreams are and then
Mm-hmm.
taking the baby steps. But along the way, we need to do the forgiveness work.
Yes.
A lot of times you feel like you've abandoned yourself by abandoning those dreams, and then the shifting of limiting beliefs. Um, and then a lot of times dreams have changed. So somebody who may have wanted to be like the lead singer in a rock band when they were 18 and kept that dream through their 20s, they're 45 now and maybe they have young children. They don't want to be out in a bar at 3 a.m., but they still love music. So maybe we tweak things and they go and start doing songwriting. Or maybe they start teaching guitar or voice or something like that. So it's still lifting them up, filling them up. So yeah, it's a compilation of things, but I find that as people go for their dreams, then they are so much more fulfilled, so much more lit up.
Yes.
And it's that example of filling your cup so
Yes.
that you can give from your saucer, from your overflow.
Exactly. And when you are living your dreams and feeling fulfilled, whatever you're doing in life, yes, it's work. However, it doesn't feel hard. It doesn't drain your energy. It actually fuels your energy because you are in alignment with who you were always meant to be and your mission that you came into this lifetime to complete. And
Yeah.
instead of being in that soul sucking job that, okay, it paid the bills, except that, and initially it might have been great, except over time it became soul sucking because your soul's like, no, this isn't what you're supposed to be doing. And to your point earlier with the fellow in the drone, right? Whatever job he did, and it may not have even sucked his soul. However, when he focused on his mission and his passion, he could focus on that. And now I realize I'm mixing up podcast episodes, aren't I? Because this is my 10th one today. It was the last person that was talking about helping someone follow their passion, and they went from being in a corporate job to building a business around drones because the drones were their passion. And that's
Mm.
exactly the work that you're doing here as well, is
Yes, and it's
helping.
similar to the tech guy I just mentioned. Yeah,
Exactly.
oh, it's the same. But yeah, how just reminded me of something and it just flitted out of my head again. But yeah, it's just so important to be filled up in that manner. Um, oh, I wish I could remember what it was I was going to say. It'll come back to me.
We were talking about the overflowing saucer, like when we fill our cup first and then we can serve from the overflowing saucer and how.
Yes. And also to realize that that is not selfish, that you're role modeling for friends, for family, for children. You are giving them the permission to go for their dreams as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
Oh, I remember what I was going to say is that I think sometimes we get really hard on ourselves because we feel like we've wasted time or lost
mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, sometimes we can look back and the things were actually a stepping stone to where we are now. There
Right.
was some gift in there.
Yes.
So perhaps somebody who had the corporate job and then goes into the spiritual work, they end up going back and helping people in the corporate world with some of
Right.
the knowledge and techniques
Yes.
or something like that. So they're melding that there's blessings and gifts along the way.
Absolutely. Because everything is happening for us always and to learn something.
Yes.
And each step is just moving us forward. And, whenever we come up against a brick wall, that's just, the universe saying, yeah, that's not the path you need to be on right now. Let's go this way instead. And leading you towards where you ultimately are going to be the happiest and be the most fulfilled. Because when we tap into our intuition and we follow the signs that the universe creates for us, that is directing us to where we were always meant to be.
Yes, you just reminded me, I believe it's Mike Dooley who talked about like stop banging on that door if it's shut when there's like 10 other doors around it on either side.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Or the book, The Obstacle is the Way. The obstacle has been put there on purpose to redirect you.
Yeah.
And so instead of, cursing the obstacle, celebrate it and go, okay, I'm not meant to go this way then. So which way am I supposed to go? It's the same thing. So yeah, I love this work that you do. And, it must be so fulfilling to watch people, enjoy the magic again and step into their dream and realize what, even if the dream has shifted, realize that it's now attainable.
Yeah. And even something little can have such a significant impact, like um, teaching them to look out for miracles and synchronicities,
Yes.
because what you focus on grows.
Yes.
So then you start having more of them and seeing more of them
Yes, exactly.
along the lines of gratitude.
Beautiful. I love that. So, Lisbet, every single guest that I have come on this show, I ask them the same question, and that is, what does "don't wait for your wake up call" mean to you?
Means go for that dream now because you deserve that fulfilling life now. it's going to impact your loved ones, all that's around you, all who are around you. And as Wayne Dyer said, you don't want to die with the music in you.
True.
So you have a gift, probably many, and you're meant to share them with the world. At least that's what I believe. And it's going to light you up to do that. So it's not selfish. It's going to help others. So please go for your dreams, even if it's just baby steps.
I love that, and it absolutely will light you up to do that. So, if somebody wants to work with you, how can they get hold of you?
Well, right now, the best way is via email at info@magicallife.vip. It's two L's in there, and it's a .vip. And I also have a free gift, which I will give your listeners.
Thank you.
And that is a dream momentum checklist. So it just gives tiny suggestions of practices for you can use them daily, and then there's weekly suggestions. And if something doesn't resonate, like it mentions something with angels, just skip it. There's other suggestions there. But that way, you can take little steps moving towards your dreams. And then you will be on my mailing list for upcoming classes because I do group classes and
Mhm.
one-on-ones for teaching these things and for doing energy clearings and shifting of limiting beliefs.
Beautiful. I love that. So, email Lisbet at info@magicallife.vip. And we will make sure we have the link to the checklist in the show notes as well. So, thank you very much for offering that, Lisbet. Are there any last words of wisdom you would like to share with the audience before we wrap this episode?
That you have the magic wand within you. Your thoughts and feelings are the architects of your future. So you can do it. Go ahead and create that magical future, that life that you want to wake up to.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Appreciate you coming on and sharing your wisdom, sharing your experience with the audience. And thank you too to my audience for tuning in each and every week to uplevel yourself, learn about your physical health, mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, and recognize that you get to choose how you design your life. You get to choose to chase your dreams. So if any part of this episode resonated with you and you want to work with Lisbet because your dreams feel out of reach, work with her to bring them into reach, make them magical, make them your reality, or share this episode with someone else that you know needs to hear it. Thank you again, Lisbet. Are you ready to uplevel the power of your own mind? Because if you are, you will want to join us at the Amplify Your Mind Masterclass. It is a 2-day program where transformation meets action. You will discover how your unconscious mind shapes your thoughts, your actions, and your success. And you'll learn the 3 principles and how thoughts and mind and consciousness are impacting your entire life. We take you through 2 different hypnotic inductions for an incredibly relaxing experience, one on each day. And past students have said they learned more in these 2 days than they did in a 6-month life coaching course. So if you want to uplevel your mind and do it with extreme efficiency, join us. No fluff, no guesswork, just real results. I will put the link in the show notes, and I'm gifting to my audience a massive promo code for our April class on April 15th and 16th. Using the code GIFT47, you will receive this class for literally that price, $47, for 2 days of personal growth, empowerment, and transformation. See you there.